Can't believe he killed them.
They took me and then fed me cheese. They also told me you should not lie. And I was like, the fuck you mean? I never lie. But in reality, I was lying. They also told me, eat the cheese. And I was like, the fuck you talking about? They said, if you don't, we'll eat it for you. And then they said, hello? Hello? We are here to feed you. And I was like, feed me what? And they were like, cheese and lies. I was like, you already told me that. And they said, oh, did we? And I was like, yeah. And they go, really? I was like, yes. And then they were like, you want some cheese? And then I ate the cheese. And then they took me to the beach. And I was like, oh, the beach. I like the beach. Even though I don't know how to swim. They were like, do you like cheese? And I was like, the fuck, again with the cheese? And they were like, yes. And so I was like, really? Again with the cheese? And they were like, the cheese is good. I was like, the beach is good. And they were like, the cheese. And then I was like, sure, I guess. In a burger or something like that. It comes from cows. And they were like, oh, we like burgers from cows. I was like, no, the cheese comes from cows and it goes good in a burger. And they were like, oh yeah, burger. We like burgers. And then I ran. And ran. And they were like, don't forget about the cheese. And then I was like, but you forgot about the cheese. And they were like, the what? I was like, you forgot about the cheese. And they were like, oh, the cheese, I love the cheese. And then they took me to a store of sorts. And they were like, we're at the cheese store. I was like, cool, thanks. And then they were like, the cheese store is good. And I was like, I guess it's good for getting cheese. And they were like, what's cheese? And then a cheese came to life. And it said, I am alive. I eat cheese like I eat food. I was like, oh, what are you? And it was like, I don't know. And then I was like, I think you're cheese. And I was like, I'm cheese? No, I'm allergic to cheese. I only cheese for cheese and the cheese and the cheese. In New Year's Eve I cheese and cheese. And then they were like, what's cheese? And the cheese was like, I'm cheese. And I was like, what's going on here? And then the cheese person dude, not the first people, the second one, the one that went like, I'm yeah, he goes like, I'm alive again. And I'm like, again? And it goes like, I mean, I live for the second time. And I'm like, you were alive for once? And it goes, yes. And at this point, I'm like, is cheese real? Does cheese exist? And then the people go, oh, cheese, I love cheese. And then we go to another store where I think they sell the first people, because when I got there they were like, oh, cheese, I love cheese. And then I was like, are you guys related? And they go like, maybe. And then the third guy goes,
oh, that guy's actually fit.
And at this point, I'm like, alright, what the fuck? And then the first people, they go, oh, cheese, I love cheese. And then they took me to the beach again. And then the cheese person went like, oh, I love the beach. But he said it in his own voice, which was kind of like, I love the beach. And at this point, I'm like, alright, what the fuck is going on? And then a fourth dude comes by and he goes like, oh, is this a cheese person? And I'm like, I guess? Like, I don't even know what's going on. And then that guy goes like, oh, is this a cheese person? And then I'm like, you said that before. You said that already. And he goes like, oh, I love cheese people. Can I have him? And then the cheese person goes like, I'm alive! So at this point, I don't know what to do. I go to the first people with the cheese, you know, that can't stop talking about the cheese. And I go like, you guys like cheese, right? And they're like, what's cheese? And I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure. And so the fourth guy takes the cheese person, you know, the one that went like, I'm alive! And then they run off together. And then I'm like, alright, bye. And the first people again, they go like, oh, I love cheese. Where's the cheese? I'm like, that guy took it. And then I go again, like, what's cheese? And they're like, you don't know what cheese is? And I'm like, it's a car, a vehicle of sorts, is it not? And then they're like, oh yeah, cheese is pretty much like a car. And then I'm like, then shouldn't we drive it home? And they're like, what is drive? I'm like, it's like an airplane or not, right? I think so. And they're like, oh, you're very smart. And I'm like, maybe. And they're like, are you not smart? And I'm like, I'm very smart. And then they go like, the cheese is good. And I'm like, I guess in a burger or something. And then they took me to like their house, which was like round of sorts. And they're like, do you like cheese? And I'm like, I guess a little bit. And then I kind of, at that point, I was like, I don't. And then I woke up.